MD versus DO versus Caribbean Medical School. MD is Doctor of Medicine, DO is Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, and Caribbean Medical Schools are typically MD programs. I will not be discounting the accomplishments of any physician, because if you made it through all your training and you're out there spending your life serving other people, you're a total badass. When I was choosing my medical schools, my primary concern was geography, because I am married, I am older, and my husband and I want to start a family. So we currently live in the LA area. I prioritize that as well as where we have family. My husband's from upstate New York, all of my family's in Louisiana. So those are the three locations I prioritized. Probably secretly prioritizing Louisiana the most because all my family's there. That means free childcare. He's not a TikToker, so he'll never know. Next, I did really want to think about cost. I am starting this process about 8 years later than the average student. So that's 8 years less of income that I'm going to earn to help pay back loans. Finally, I spoke to physicians and current medical students that I interfaced with over the last couple years. Before I share this, I want to remind you, this was my experience. These are conversations that I had. What I'm saying is not fact, absolutely opinion. It's helpful to share this information. Across the board, I was advised that once you're in practice, people do not care whether you have an MD or a DO, though you might have to explain your degree to some patients who aren't familiar. I only had one physician in my pre-medical experiences tell me not to get a DO, but he's 74 years old. So I just feel like that's a bit of a dated mentality. I also think it does have to do with where you plan to practice one day. If you're in a bigger city, there's gonna be a lot more DOs, and so that's just gonna be more common. I was advised by most physicians not to go to a Caribbean medical school, and that's purely because it is more challenging to match to residencies, or a lack of connections with residency programs. On the flip side of that, I spent Christmas with a family friend whose son went to a Caribbean medical school, and he is currently a cardiothoracic anesthesiologist, makes $500,000 a year in New York. So he did fine. Ultimately, due to geography and cost, and probably a slightly immature desire to never have to explain my degree to anyone, I chose to only apply to MD programs. Current MD, DO, and Caribbean med students and practicing physicians, I would love to know what you think about this and what your experiences have been like throughout your respective training.